Ladies and gentlemen, I have a terrible webcam, Jesus Christ. This is a little sort of series that I'm starting for throughout quarantine. I am going to review movies that I've watched during quarantine, tell you a little bit about them, my thoughts. I have notes on my phone. I just thought it would be a fun little thing to do, so let's get started, shall we? So, Macbeth was directed by Justin Kurzel and stars Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard. I think I'm saying that right. Maybe. I don't know. This movie was based on the classic Shakespearean tragedy of Macbeth, who is a good soldier who gets given the name of the Thane of Cawdor after the original Thane of Cawdor commits high treason. But when he is approached by witches who tell of his future, he wants to ensure that future happens and some dark stuff goes on. Now, I absolutely adore this movie. I think this movie is absolutely fantastic in pretty much every sense of the word. All the acting is top notch. I don't think you could find a better pair to play Macbeth and Lady Macbeth than Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard. I think that they did a wonderful job. I think that all the monologues, all the Shakespearean monologues, like Fassbender's "Is this a dagger I see before me" speech, or Lady Macbeth's eventual suicide speech, which I think is one of the best scenes in the film, especially in regards to the performance versus the way it was shot, because Marion Cotillard gives an incredible 2.5 minute monologue while the camera is in a beautiful close-up that is just stationary. It never moves, and it's entirely focused on the character of Lady Macbeth, and you can see the sweat dripping down her face, and it's absolutely stupendous. I love it, and the camera only cuts away when you see that she's imagining her dead child, and that is such a powerful image. Both actors did an incredible job, and they should be very proud of what they have accomplished with this film. The action, also, the fight scenes, stunning. The cinematography here is off the charts. The action is bloody, it's gory, it's realistic, and it's framed and lit so well that you can't help but be impressed by it, I feel. There are certain scenes that stand out to me, obviously. All the scenes with the witches, brilliant. They're absolutely wonderful. I've seen stage productions of Macbeth that have the witches as these over-the-top, laughing, cackling characters, when really they need to be sinister, they need to be foreboding. And that's exactly what this movie did. This movie made them sinister. They made me scared. I was scared of the witches in this film. I didn't know what they were going to do in terms of how much they were changing the source material on first viewing. And when I saw the witches, I thought that they were going to do some horrible, icky stuff. And they do. But you don't see too much of it, which I suppose is a little bit of a flaw. But the original play didn't focus on that either. So I'm not going to criticise the film for doing that, because the play didn't focus on that element either. The final fight. Oh my god, the final fight. The final fight is one of the most beautiful action scenes I have ever seen. It was absolutely fantastic. The way that the orange smoke, the fire, engulfs the entire battlefield. You can barely see their faces. There's wides mixed with close-ups. There's blood spewing everywhere. There's incredible performances with Shakespearean dialogue that really had me on the edge of my seat. I think that my only few issues with the film, the director sometimes likes to shake the camera a little bit too much for normal exposition scenes. And that kind of distracted me at times, and it will be disorienting for some people. But during the war scenes, the battle scenes, like the Battle of Ellen at the beginning, really, really worked. I had the same feeling with Batman Begins, where with the first scene with Batman and how incomprehensible that was. I understand why they did it that way, because they wanted people to be scared of Batman. It was being told from the criminal's perspective. And here, in Macbeth, the war is being told from Macbeth's perspective, and when you're in the crowd of all these soldiers, you don't really know what's going on. So I thought that it handled itself very well. There are some small editing mistakes here and there that every film has, but apart from that, I think that Macbeth is absolutely wonderful. I think it's as good of an adaptation of Macbeth as we could have hoped for, and I am going to give it an A+.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope everybody watching this enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more, please let me know. All support is appreciated, and even if one person watches this video, I'll be happy. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.